from this episode on, Noah Hawley, you're officially on thin ice. Be careful, you don't want to fall through Ask Lester in Season 1. But you being you, should you fall through the thin ice, you'd probably do a 7-second long fart to alleviate yourself back up to surface level, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Don't ever do that again, mate.
I walk through the shadow of death left to fear. This is a journey through the halls of hell.
Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back again with another reaction in the Fargo series. This is episode 2 of season 4 and it is called The Land of Taking and Killing. Last episode had a lot of great things going for it. It set up the beef between the Mafia and Chris Rock's crime family brilliantly. Strange ass scene in amongst it all, as we are all already aware of, so let's just bypass that and take it on the chin as a random discrepancy. You know, everybody gets one. The thing that scares me about it is, Noah Hawley likes themes. Like last season when Fargo vomited, you were like, oh that's gross. But they kept showing you him vomiting more and more throughout the season and close-ups of his mouth and stuff, and it became a theme. If the farting becomes a theme, I'm gonna have to write off this season personally as well. It's not a strong enough concept to be taken through what is supposed to be a serious crime drama with a bit of quirkiness. It's not a fucking slapstick comedy by the guys that directed the Something About Mary. And seriously, I haven't even thought about it yet, but let me just think about it for a minute and I will give you 5 more interesting scenarios that could have been the outcome of that scene rather than that dumb shit. Scenario 1. The Don legitimately has a heart attack, making that dumbass moustache having son of his take temporary charge, make a bunch of stupid decisions while the Don's in a coma, only for the Don to wake back out of his coma, regain charge and realise how many horrible stupid things his son has done while he has been in a coma, potentially even starting a war. Instantly more interesting. Scenario 2. When the kids hit the Don in the neck with the gun, some of the Mafia members automatically assume it is gunfire on them. They return fire and accidentally kill one of the kids, creating all sorts of drama from all sorts of angles you never even saw coming before that scene. Scenario 3. The Don having his temporary heart issue causes the son to lean into him trying to help, and the son gets shot in the neck by the kids outside the window, thus dying in front of his own father. The Don is okay, but now assumes that Chris Rock's family have shot his son. Scenario 4. It was actually a sneak attack by Chris Rock's crew, but because the Don had a heart attack, when they checked the cars for survivors, he looks already dead. Little do they know he's just had a heart attack, but he is not dead and will be revived later in the hospital when they think they've taken him out. Scenario 5. Chris Rock's gang mistake the gunfire from the children as the Mafia shooting on them, return fire, and they accidentally kill one of the kids, creating all sorts of drama from areas we never even expected before that scene. They are literally 5 scenarios I, hand on heart, had not spitballed before this moment. I genuinely just pulled out of my arse, which is quite fitting, to show you that this scene could have been done better in multiple ways, and it doesn't take a genius or a lot of time to theorise what ways it could have been done better. Absolutely jarring decision from Noah Hawley I may never get over, and my final words on this earth may be to a hospice nurse: 7-second long fart scene. Tell my family I loved them. Tell Noah Hawley he should have left that bit out. Regardless, I am genuinely looking forward to seeing where the story goes from here, but I feel like that has genuinely already sullied it a little bit. Like, I love talking about Fargo with my friend, and they're always a season behind me, because what happens is I react, and then when I'm getting to like season 10 of my reactions, I'll start watching that season with my friend. So they always ask me to give them non-spoiler opinions of what I've seen so far, kind of thing. And they asked me that after I saw episode 1 last week, and I was just like, I mean, brace yourself for something that's gonna pull you right out of it. Pull you right out of 4 seasons of it, and be like, what's that doing there? Just can't defend it. If anybody can defend it, feel free to try. But I'm hoping it picks up from here, so this is episode 2 of season 4, The Land of Taking and Killing. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it. What a beautiful opening shot. It looks too beautiful to not be CGI in this day and age, which would make it absolutely tragic if there isn't CGI in that shot. It just looks like there definitely is, doesn't it? Is this a prison break we're seeing? This is framed like some Shawshank shit coming out of the sewer tunnel. I wonder who this is. I'm not too hyped about it, obviously, because it's 1950, so it's not like it's going to be Wrench, who I called Deaf Assassin Guy the entirety of last season. I know. I'm sorry, Wrench. You never said your name once. It's almost like you couldn't hear me when I asked. This is actually even worse than Shawshank, because in Shawshank he was able to land straight in a river and get the shit off of him, whereas this person's landing straight into the snow to freeze and solidify the shit particles further onto their skin. Is it a woman? Oh, it's two people. Nice, well done to them for escaping. I wonder who these guys are. You know, I don't want to celebrate with them too much straight away, in case we find out they're like serial killers or something, you know what I mean? And then I'm like, yay! And they just go on a horrible murder spree the rest of the season. Then who looks like the dick? This guy. Murder and armed robbery. I mean, you know, it's criminal shit, it's not too bad. Gunshot to an innocent person's face here, bag of money there, that's okay. They're definitely not blending in whatever establishment they've just entered. They need to take the hats off straight away.
I like your get up. Thank you.
Damn. Completely robbed and stripped her. These people might actually be quite brutal.
Stay clean, stay free. Unless you broke out just to go back.
Says you that's just robbed a woman in the bathroom.
Which of you ladies wants to go around the world with this big buck, huh?
I'll take a ride.
Wow, that's all it took. I hope she robs him and she's just not that eager for the fuck. What a crazy two characters we just got introduced to there. I want to know more about these people instantly.
Back to bed.
What is this about?
Showing up middle of the night. This is a decent house with decent people.
Oh shit, right, okay. I'm pleased they instantly linked these characters into the story for me. I was going to be wondering that the entire episode. Thanks, Fargo. Scene 2. Done. Oh shit, and I've just realised the other woman robbed the cowboy. Fucking hell. It's even more menacing. We never got to see the scenes. Like, how did they rob them? Just take their clothes and run, or like kill them?
You'd have thunk the white school they shipped me to from the reservation would have seen in my English, but they was mostly concerned with raping the native out of me.
Language.
Wow, that is horrific.
What kind of prospects?
Bank robbing.
Go to your room.
I don't know if I trust these two. They seem like they're going to be a dangerous element to have in this household, and the fact that they're still on bank robbing again. I thought they were saying stay clean and stay out of jail.
She tells me you in the hold of some big-time leg breakers. Who knows why? So we decided to come bail you out.
No way. So these guys heard all the way in jail that this family were borrowing off of one of the crime families, and that's the pretense they're given for their reason for coming here. I don't know, something ain't adding up about that. How are these two people going to help them get out of debt? Okay, who the fuck was that shooting? Who the fuck was that? That was a proper old school drive-by assassination there, but I couldn't tell you which of the two crime families it was. It didn't look like mafia guys. It could have been mafia guys in the car or Jewish guys, but again, no idea. God, I've been trying to blank that Nurse bitch character out of my head. Cannot believe her as a villain. Of all the criticisms I have of the first episode, her character creation is not one of them. I mean, if you want me to hate someone instantaneously, you did an absolute A+ job on that regard.
Shouldn't be doing that.
Speak of the racist devil. I assume the devil is racist. I don't need to prefix devil with racist.
Puzzle and tragedy.
And she speaks French.
Fucking hell, that woman said that so loathingly.
I know you.
Mr. Fada, Orietta Mayflower from St. Bartholomew's.
He doesn't even remember the woman he asked to kill his dad. I hope he's joking.
I want you to know it was real peaceful. like a baby going to sleep.
He literally called you a murderess as you held his arms. I'm not too sure if I'd agree with your assessment of it.
Mio padre, il tuo capo. Some people, better people, are buried in the ground.
No, I'm still not buying him. Sorry, that accent, you would not develop that accent growing up in the mafia, man. This guy should have got an acting coach, an accent coach, whatever he needed. I know he's already a known actor, so that's incredibly disrespectful to someone of his esteem, but seriously, he fucked up this role.
Entonces non era più buono per il business. So, ha dovuto fare una scelta.
Is he threatening him here in a roundabout way? You would think some of the guys at least would be suspicious he maybe had his father killed in the hospital.
Look. To remind me.
I mean, it's a good way to remind yourself, but try explaining that to the fucking airport security.
Question is, which side are you on now, kid?
Are you shitting me? How is anyone letting this guy get away with talking to them like that? As if he puffed his chest out and tried to heighten himself there while he said the word kid. And I also know that this actor has elements they wanted for this character, yeah? He's supposed to be a bit of a bitch and shit. It just wouldn't bleed over into his accent or mannerisms for me. You know, it would be about his deep-seated personality traits that were the problems, but he carries himself like a bitch, which he just wouldn't do. Clueless as to how this scene fits into the story as of yet. To me it seemed like something separate though, like it was the Jewish and the Irish maybe trying to gain power back.
Perceived slight against Mrs. Will? No.
Why is the dude on the left so jittery? He literally looks like he's on meth.
And I make sure to issue a full-point bulletin for this blue Ford. License plates unknown, but...
That's cool though, we're getting a proper 1950s detective this season.
I only saw the gun.
Oh yes, sir, they can be arresting.
Jesus Christ, what is with this detective though? Is he just absolutely traumatized from something or literally a drug addict? It's got to be one of the two.
Just turn the knob. Is he some kind of retard?
Oh, okay, so he's autistic. That is really extreme autism as well. Nikola Tesla later on in life developed that. I believe it was like 7 times he had to turn a light switch on and off before he entered or exited a room. And he believed that there was like a secret universal number. It was either 3 or 7 or shit.
Do they respect you? You know how you know? They get down on your level.
I'm assuming that this has happened every time there's been a trade. You know, the Mafia Don has tried their best to flip the kid into their philosophy of life and the way they think. But Chris Rock was talking some knowledge there. Of course, it's easy for Chris Rock to get on the kid's level. He's about 5'2".
You don't trust me?
You don't look that trustworthy, to be honest, mate. You're all standing with your hands in your pockets wearing trench coats. That's some Tommy gun fucking behaviour.
You know who I am?
Yeah. You're the guy that's not coming any closer, I'll pop you on.
Oh really, Chris? Oh really? You know what? I'm gonna leave it this time. I'll leave it.
Stop! Gaetano! Vini!
I like this old school Italian character they're setting up as well. He seems legitimately insane. When shit goes down, he will be the first to grab firearms. Guaranteed.
Sta bene?
How tragic would this be, only getting to see your son in these little arranged swap backs?
Things have changed.
Nothing's changed. Have a nice visit.
Yeah, I think Chris Rock's gonna legitimately want a bigger piece of the pie now, because he was already lobbying for that when the old Don was alive. Now it's this little douche nozzle in charge. Of course he's gonna push for more of it again, especially when he was making the fair point that black workers were now occupying a lot of the areas the Don still had control of.
We love you, and you're coming home.
When?
And I don't know.
Feel so bad for his son as well. He really didn't want to go in the first place. And it would be tragic if in some way that turns into anger and resentment toward his father and causes him to, you know, snake him in some way. He's just got to man up, gut it out, and remain loyal. But it's got to doubly suck for Chris Rock's son, man, because, you know, no offense to Italian Americans or the mafia, but 1950s mafia weren't exactly regarded and famous for their all-inclusiveness. So for a little African American kid to have to hang about with these guys 24/7, I'm assuming it's going to get a bit rough here and there, because you just have to sit there and accept it if they made some fucking comment towards you or something.
How do we know they don't burn down the neighborhood once we start to pave the streets with gold? We need their restaurants.
Oh shit, it's this actor. I haven't seen him in anything since The Wire. Wow. He was a corrupt mayor in The Wire. Welcome back to the channel. Good to see you again, my friend.
Lion in the jungle and a lion in a cage.
Tigers live in the jungle, lions are on the plains. You're saying there could be a power struggle?
It's true. Plus, that whole lion is the king of the jungle thing is a bunch of bullshit, because if you ever watch Tigers versus Lions, lions have just got a bit too much stats and power and a bit too few in speed, whereas tigers are like the perfect balance of power and speed, and they just pull off like 20 swipe combos on a lion's face, and the big powerful lion's just like, what the fuck is happening to me? Seriously, watch a tiger versus a lion fight. Tell me tigers ain't the king of the fucking jungle. And then you've got polar bears, and that whole lion shit goes out the window, because ain't a lion on off standing toe to toe with a polar bear and not getting slung in the air like a house cat. So I would say polar bears are the king of the jungle. Polar bears are the king of wherever the fuck they walk into, generally. But then a polar bear could get shat on all day by seagulls and do nothing about it, so it's all relative. Would you rather be the polar bear or the seagull? There's one for the philosophers.
That lion with his head hanging on the wall. He's just hanging there. With nothing but the smile they forced on his face.
So true, yeah. I mean, if we're sticking with lion metaphors, I think that guy just Uno reversed the shit out of you there, Chris.
Detto, secondo me, oggi o domani, per farci una prova, faranno qualche mosso.
Man, this young boss is gonna make so many fucking dumb decisions. Of course they're not gonna make a move on them, but even injecting that in this little idiot's head might cause him to order a strike first scenario.
Ammazzare non è buono business. Ammazzare è il business.
We're not killing anybody.
This guy is a terrible choice to bring over into your crime family. This guy is gonna have so much police and FBI on you within a year, you will not know which direction to turn. And yes, you know, crime families like this need certified killers in them, but not certified killers that are gonna try and politic that your action should be murder first too, because he's just gonna heat up your whole organization and the money will stop coming.
No killing. No.
Delivered that line like a housewife who'd just caught her toddlers crayoning on the wall.
We'll talk later, honey bear. Okay?
That woman could beat the living shit out of him.
Elections aren't free.
Dad? Can I call you Dad?
This little shit has a marriage hooked up with the mayor's daughter as well. No idea how this guy operates through life like this. I give a fuck about his family connections. It would take 2 minutes interacting with him to realise he's not the member of the family you want to be having a conversation with.
I can guide this a different direction. Find a patsy to frame up. But you gotta lay off this Dr. Harvard.
What'd you say to me?
Oh, so he's a corrupt detective. This character gets even more interesting.
I won't speculate on coincidence in front of an officer of the law. But you got assurances this thing is over.
Okay, so by this conversation, it suggests that the guy shot on the street was connected to the mafia guys in some way. So confused about this random drive-by still.
Good morning. It's Nurse Mayflower again.
Oh dear God.
Almost Thanksgiving. Do Greek people celebrate that Turkey Day?
Is she gonna kill this guy as well? I'm assuming she's gonna kill everyone she's in a room with now.
Your old daft heart, it's not doing its job, is it? It's a bad heart. Bad, bad, bad.
Those little hand slaps are so creepy. She's so quick to turn to, like, snapping violence.
Life's hard enough without a lamb shank for a heart.
Oh my God. I absolutely hate this woman. Don't show us another scene of this. Thank God. Thank God she's been caught. Please tell me she gets arrested for that. I didn't want to see another scene of that shit.
Patients come to us for care. Top quality care, not to be mismanaged.
I'm so thankful she got caught, but why do I get the feeling she's just going to get a slap on the wrist?
This isn't, I hate to say, the first time we've had concerns about your care.
I don't even want to know how many times she's fucking done this.
You could clear out your locker.
Cover up. An incompetence of doctors.
This is way too close to home. This is the exact shit that's going on just now, with the New York Times for some reason getting behind it and backing Lucy Letby and claiming that it's far more likely that a group of doctors conspired between them to continue to allow infants to die through poor conditions rather than it being a singular individual who was on the exact same shifts as every single death being responsible for it. It's an absolutely ludicrous proposal from its inception. It infuriates me that a pocket of Twitter genuinely believed this, and this is obviously written before the Lucy Letby shit, I'm hoping, but it's disgusting to hear them instantly cry conspiracy.
Of course, a glowing recommendation to your next
In
potential
writing.
employer.
I can't believe this woman. She's walking out of here with a 2-month severance package, a recommendation for the next hospital she get put in, and she's now scalding this guy.
Get out of sight.
Nice, this is a good setup. I hope the 2 criminal women who escaped at the start of this episode fucking murder this nurse.
It's just amazing. I would have thought they're teaching French down at the Negro school.
Oh, I fucking knew she was gonna be like, oh, you can speak another language. That's fucking miraculous. Jesus Christ.
Sagittarius. Huh. Yeah. I guess that makes us sisters of a sort.
Everything she says is so creepy.
A little house cleaning, put 50 cents or $1 in your pocket.
That's all we are to you? The help?
Yes, the daughter of this family instantly calling the nurse on her bullshit.
Yeah, you do. Well, everybody likes pie. Stay tuned. I will be back.
What is with that woman?
In Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree.
Come again.
These guys here to attack this place. Nice, that guy had a good strong jab for his age. What is their motivation for doing this though? This looks Italian ran. This is only ever gonna cause bloodshed. Shit, he was probably just phoning for a pizza. No Domino's for you, motherfucker.
You best get gone.
Right, so this is just an aggressive takeover by Chris Rock's gang. Why would they do this? This is just gonna start a giant war. I guess they just think the time's right for it then. Oh my god, what's the secret ingredient in this gonna be? The tears of the innocent. I can deal with this character a bit more now she's out of the nurse profession. I hope she isn't able to just walk into another hospital job. I hope she never returns to that profession. Not saying I like her now. She's a horrible piece of shit and one of the most evil villains of all time. I'm just pleased she's not in a position where she can cruelly kill more old people. Oh, I knew it. What is this shit she's putting in there? What is in that shit? I'm trying to read the label. I can't tell what she's going to be putting in it. This girl seems like a smart girl. Hopefully she doesn't take a single bite of this pie upon delivery. Here comes the retaliation straight away. I mean, surely they knew this is what was going to happen. I'm sure this guy will handle the situation completely diplomatically.
All day long, he cut up ribeye, lamb chops, ribs. You know what we ate? Pig's feet.
Well, your dad knew how to stack a penny at the expense of his own family.
You got to give respect to get respect. That's why you Americans are so soft.
Don't think he's interested in the old respect exchange.
In the land of taking and killing, Gaetano is king.
Easy.
This guy has chose to play this character with such insane eyes, but I love the acting choice. It's usually too over the top, but he's making it work.
A deal between Fada da Senior and my man, Cannon.
I mean, it's definitely an aggressive action, because Chris Rock went from, you know, asking the Don politely to take over some extra shit to just now they're just walking in and doing it, so I can't really back them. They're not keeping the peace right now, even if they do deserve it.
Padre fatto un coro. You can't respect that. And we can't respect anything.
Okay, so he's claiming that the Don agreed to this. I don't remember the Don agreeing to this.
Muscle and bone. This is the power. Not all your...
Yeah, this guy's just lived a completely different life than that. He will just tear through the politics with a gun.
If this is a misunderstanding, let us see. You take your man, go home. I'll talk to my brother. Philip, this is what you say.
That's cool. At least he's showing like he's ferocious, but if those guys are in the right, he'll play fair. Maybe this was the correct guy to send. He certainly gets a 10 out of 10 for intimidation, but I wasn't expecting him to be firm but fair. This guy seems cool.
Because y'all just got here yesterday. But we're part of this land.
Oh shit, so he called his bluff and they were bluffing. I didn't think the Don had agreed to give them that. Fair play to the Italian guy who's just came over. He handled that really well.
We would have work to do. And we thank you for that work.
Yeah, I knew that kid would be getting treated like that off this family. Not allowed to sit at the table and eat with them and shit. I think it was quite fitting as well. That guy that had just came over was now sitting at the head of the table instead of the son who's meant to be the new Don. Oh, here comes the codeine pie. Such a creepy woman. Please do not eat a single bite of this pie.
And know that we can bear this burden you've given us. Because our hearts are pure.
And look, in contrast, the Italian son's getting to sit at the table and hold hands with them all while they pray. Like, seriously, what is that woman's motivation? I'm gonna put a bunch of drugs in a pie and cook it. Is she hoping the girl dies from eating it or just falls sick? Like, what is her fucking motivation? I hope the dad doesn't eat the pie either. I hope no one eats the pie. Although she really did work hard on the pastry. Maybe just nibble around the edges. Who is this that's been observing this whole situation though? We have a witness if someone does die from the pie. Oh no, are these hitmen? Who the fuck are these guys? Oh shit, right, it'll be police looking for the two escaped women. I get it. Also, was that Timothy Olyphant? Wow, what a moment to end it on. Okay, and that was Fargo, episode 2 of season 4, The Land of Taking and Killing, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, The Land of Taking and Killing, what did I think of that? Absolutely loved this episode. Thank God this was a return to Fargo normalcy for me after that weird first episode. This was brilliant. They set up so many good things, introduced a lot of new interesting characters, and furthered the plots for the ones that we met last episode. Perfect. I cannot get over how sadistic this Nurse Mayflower character is. First she tries to murder another guy, and thank God they caught her in the act this time, but even in the office it was unsatisfying because she turned what should have been her getting actively arrested and sent to jail into her getting a 2-month severance package and a glowing write-up for her next job. Absolutely disgusting to see her be able to leave with her head held high like that. And yeah, then just baking the daughter a cough syrup, so I'm assuming it's codeine pie. Like, what is her actual goal of that? Is she trying to kill the daughter? It's so bizarre and confusing. And while it's fresh in my head, what a crazy final scene as well, with who I believe was Timothy Olyphant showing up as what seems to be some sort of police sting on the house because they're harbouring those two fugitives. Again, two very interesting characters introduced this episode. We see them break out of the prison at the start of it, then we see the rap sheets, we see they're clearly a little bit violent because they rob a woman and then they rob a cowboy to get their new outfits. But I also like that they're instantly suspicious of the nurse across the street, and I really hope they pay close attention to this nurse, and hopefully these two women are savvy enough to maybe get to the bottom of it. I just hope anybody gets to the bottom of this nurse storyline, to be honest. And the autistic detective, what a great random character he is, and I'm looking forward to seeing how his character develops throughout this as well. He seems like he is open to helping out organised crime and, like he said, grab a patsy to frame them for it and stuff like that, so it seems like he's not going to be a by-the-book detective like we've had in the previous seasons, but still an interesting character. And yeah, then this big Italian bulldozer who's over for the mafia side, who's the most aggressive dude ever, wide-eyes everybody he talks to, and I feel like we saw the son lose his power a bit this episode, like instantaneously. He just can't fuck with that guy. That guy's gonna get more respect off the men. That guy could break him in half with his bare hands if he wanted to. Like, there is nothing this son can do better than this new guy who's just came over from Italy. And yeah, Chris Rock's gang is starting to get a little bit pushy and aggressive. It is an interesting thing because we saw him asking the Don while the Don was still alive if he could have those places, but the Don was like no, and Chris Rock seemed to accept that. But now the Don's gone, they were trying to push a little bit, you know. They walked in that place, took it over, and it took the crazy Italian guy coming down and calling their bluffs before they left. So yeah, tension building, all the chess pieces are getting set up on the board. This now feels like a traditional Fargo season, and hopefully we do not depart into any more of that strange silliness from episode 1, and I will absolutely love the rest of this. If you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below and share this around to anyone you think might appreciate it or want to watch these reactions along with us. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and my channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.